From NERDROTICS has officially obtained the unlimited NWord Pass. So, yeah, congratulations, NERDROTIC. I mean, if you want an NWord Pass, all you have to do is play Call of Duty, or I don't know, something like that. But instead, you got a physical, actual NWord Pass. So, congratulations. I just dropped my mic. The good thing is it's still working. I mean, it's a Blue Yeti. It should work after just one tiny hit. That's like the first time it's ever fallen. Um, but yeah, everyone's been talking about this whole picture. Now, I'm not sure exactly where. When I tried doing my research on this, I was trying to find where this picture originated from. But from the origin that I could find, it came from Oculus, the MCU exposure. By the way, I was being sarcastic in the beginning. Some people are probably not going to get that, but yeah, I'm being sarcastic. The MCU exposure, and then I even read their bio. Tired of the woke 21 years of the Lord of Fandom, architect of Lego Marvel DC. Follow me. Yeah, I ain't following. That's cringe. I'm sorry, but when you use the term woke unironically, it's very cringe. But anyways, I don't want to talk about that. Clearly, this guy is some weird, KKK torch hanging like mofo. I'm just kidding. But the N-word pass thing. You know what? I'll say this is probably not the worst thing I've seen in the last couple of months from these geeks and gamers. Now they did come to Houston. I'm from Houston. They came to Anime Matsuri. It's a convention where anime fans come together. I actually had a group of my closest friends go. I didn't go because I'm not an anime fan, and the pass was like around a little over $100, and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna pay over $100 when I don't even like anime myself, so I don't care. But the entire geeks and gamers were there. Ryan Kino has gone through crap. I covered that. Now I rarely ever cover Nerdrotic. I don't know too much. Back in the day, a couple of years ago, I used to watch Jeremy, Geeks and Gamers, Young Rippa, Ryan Kino, but then throughout the years, I kind of changed my mindset and I just started looking for other much better, actually decent content. But Nerdrotic was never in that criteria. Not because I just didn't like him, it was just because I didn't know about him. But what we do know is that Nerdrotic often likes to say MCU or Woman Bad because he thinks that the Marvel cinematic universe is going into a direction of female empowerment, even though there's been largely more male movies in the MCU. Again, you could literally look at the recent Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, Spider-Man No Way Home, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. That's just to name a couple. They're still male dominated. And yeah, sure, they have female characters, but the male is always the center focus in those movies. But he's gone through this whole arc. He's part of the Geeks and Gamers. I don't think they're necessarily racist, sexist, or homophobes like people say. I think they're just more ignorant. A lot of people are very ignorant to the nuance of these kinds of things. But the N-word pass. Now, I'm going to clarify this. I'm not black myself. I cannot say I can't really tell you who should and shouldn't say the word. But if you want to ask me my own personal perspective, I've always believed, or not always, there was a time where I thought differently. But I'm somebody who, I don't think you're racist if you say the N-word, but I do think that you're saying something that is racially motivated. You're saying a racist thing. Like there are times you can say something racist, but you're not necessarily racist. I feel like some people don't have nuance on that, and I've always said that nobody's ever gonna call geeks and gamers racist until one of them uses the N word, and I kind of was proven right today because I actually saw a lot of their own black subscribers were actually calling out this crap because I've always said that a lot of people never want to look at the nuance, never want to look into the situation. They're always trying to look at it as a black and white thing rather than the gray in the middle. But yeah, this is kind of now. Do I even find this offensive? No, I won't lie to you, and I'm always going to be 100% honest when I say things like this. I honestly don't care. I've seen far worse in a Call of Duty game lobby, even though I never played a Call of Duty. I just watched videos. I've actually seen literal white people say the hard R multiple times in my life. Um, I'm very desensitized to this, so maybe that's why I don't care. But no, overall, I think Gary should have been smarter about this. I don't think this is honestly the worst thing he's done. However, I do think Gary should have been smarter about this. You know that word. Because here's the thing. I remember when I talked about the N word stuff a couple years ago, or not a couple years ago, a couple months ago, I said that, the only people who should, I messed up. No matter what race you are, white, white, Hispanic, Asian, whatever. If you're not black, you shouldn't say the word. I know some people say that Hispanics can say the word, or if you're close friends to a black person, you can say the word. No, overall, that word does have a specific meaning. And I always hear this argument of, oh no, but what if we're just saying it as a joke? I mean, yeah, you can think it's funny, comedy's subjective, but that still doesn't take away the meaning of the term. That term was used for history. That term was used to literally dehumanize an entire group of people to the point where they weren't even treated as humans at all. They were treated as animals. They were literally slaves. They were whipped. They were forced to do labor from the minute that the sun rose to the minute that the sun went down. From then on, no pay, no nothing. A lot of black people were separated from their own, kids, parents, any family really. They weren't humans. That's where that word originated from. And throughout the years, even till this day, that word is still a term that is used to almost dehumanize black people. If you go look at a montage of times where there's like racist Karens, like the white woman or the white man, anytime they want to dehumanize a black person or call them out or do something bad, you know what word they always go back into? The N-word. That's usually the words used. And I know some people are going to try saying, oh, but what if your black friend gives you a pass? You do realize you can be racist even if you have a black friend. Because racism doesn't just mean, you know, hating a group of people. It's also thinking you're above them, believing you're superior to them. Now, I don't think Gary's racist, but I do think what he did right here is a very stupid thing. I wouldn't say it's a racist thing. I think it's a very stupid thing. In fact, I can't even tell you if he took the picture himself. Maybe somebody sent him this picture and he was like, all right, I'm just going to pose with it. Something funny like that. But no, I'm not going to pretend to be a white knight. I'm not going to just be like this little beta. I'm not just going to, call him racist, because I've learned in the past, if you just call somebody racist and it does nothing, people aren't going to learn from that. And I believe I need to add on more nuance to this. But no, I don't care if you use that word, and whether you're listening to a Kendrick Lamar song or, I don't know, you're watching, I don't know, whatever movies, whatever, nothing. I don't care what it is. You just don't use the term. Period. Simple. I don't get why people want to use that term so badly. I mean, if you know the word has this historical context, then why do you have the feeling to say it? Now, I can give you a simple answer to that. It's because people want to be funny. Trust me, I used to be a big, edgy meme lord. But, I was a meme lord in the 2016. So I think I can perfectly exemplify situations like this. I know the mindset of these edgy teenagers. They want to say the N-word because they think it's funny. When in reality, it's not funny, because your comedy's still at that very stupid moment. I'm not saying I'm a funny person myself, but I also understand the nuance that you probably shouldn't be saying that term. Not just because of society, because guess what? Society-wise, that term is still a term you use to dehumanize black people. Whether you're saying it as a joke or not, it doesn't take away the meaning. It's like when you say hello. If you mean it one way and another person means it the other way, it still has that same exact meaning. Hello is usually to say hi to someone. That's kind of the meaning. And I just think he was very stupid in this. And I don't know who Oculus is, MCU Slayer. Oh my god, dude. I'm sorry, but dude, go touch grass. Go touch a woman, man. Who calls themselves the MCU Slayer? Like, this is probably like, I don't know, like some 25-year-old virgin or something like that. I don't know. I don't mean to be that guy, but clearly he's never talked to a woman. I don't know who he is, but it's pretty beta to say congrats, Gary NERDROTIC, for obtaining the NWord Pass. Dude, oh my, I don't know how you're not that self-aware. And, not only that, but this also lines up to, I don't think this is necessarily racist. I just think some people are very stupid on what the term woke is. I think a lot of people don't understand really. I mean, Spider-Man, the character Spider-Man, has always been a character that relates to everyone. Spider-Man can be anyone. That's the whole point of the character of Spider-Man from the beginning, from the comics, from the movies, everything. You could relate to him. He's just, when he takes off the mask, he's just regular Peter Parker, some kid struggling in either high school, college. He's not rich. He lives in New York. He's nothing special. He's not like Tony, who was born a billionaire. He's not like Captain America, who got the super soldier serum and, he was like an American soldier. None of that. He was just a kid. He's just a kid. And look, Peter Parker is always going to be the best version of Spider-Man, at least to me. He's always going to be the more popular one, even though Into the Spider-Verse, now popularized Miles Morales. I just think it's really stupid to constantly go back into this, because he said this multiple times that he thinks Miles Morales isn't Spider-Man. Well, guess what? Spider-Man can be anyone. As the point of the character. I'm fine if you put out a tweet saying, "Oh, I believe Peter Parker is far superior. I believe he is the definitive Spider-Man." That's cool. That's all right. But it makes you just sound really stupid once you keep bringing up, what if Miles Morales was Spider-Man? But no, anyway. But I'm gonna give you guys my summary. I know a lot of people don't like watching the entire video because I kind of like doing long format videos. Overall, I don't think this is necessarily racist. I just think it's stupid. I know a lot of you white 16-year-old teenagers who say the hard R, y'all are probably going to come into my comment section and say, censorship, censorship. No, you're allowed. You can say the word. You can say the word. Just be prepared for the consequences. If somebody calls your mom a whore, they can't just hide behind the fact that it's a joke. No, you're probably going to feel frustrated. You're going to be like, whoa, why'd you do that? Because you feel a certain way. Or if somebody comes up to your girlfriend and says, you're a bitch, you're probably not going to like that. you know? It's why I get exhausted when someone says, but it's censorship not to be allowed to say the N word. Okay, then say it. Again, be prepared for the consequences. You just dug your own grave when you say that word. And you know damn well that the historical context. I don't need to be teaching you this. Have you ever read To Kill a Mockingbird? Have you ever read anything? You understand that term is used to dehumanize black people. I don't need to be saying this. And I know every time it's always the 16-year-old edgy white teenagers, and I used to be friends with those kinds of people. Trust me, if you've been updated with my content, if you're updated with how I am and my personality, you would know I'm an edgy meme lord. I like edgy humor. I like dark humor, but I also understand I need to limit things I say, and I can't just make jokes just for the sake of them. I have to actually understand the context of what I'm saying. Back when I was younger, back in my high school days, I used to make a lot of 9/11 jokes. I used to make a lot of Holocaust jokes. I used to make jokes about the Rwandan genocide. I used to make all those kinds of jokes. But guess what? Over time, I changed. I learned. And I realized, hey, if I'm going to try to be funny, at least try being in general funny and not upset an entire group of people. You know, you can't blame a Jewish person if they're mad if I bring up the Holocaust. You can't get mad at, victims of 9/11 if they hear me make 9/11 jokes. You can't blame them. That's just how the world works. Same again, I'll use the example. If I went up to you, a complete stranger, and I called your mom a whore, you would probably feel upset. Rightfully so. You don't want your mom disrespected. But I feel like people need nuance on this. Anyways, let's actually read some of the quote tweets. This crap isn't funny at all. I get that humor's subjective, but come on, dude. Agree. Nah, bro, as a 21-year-old, being in love with racism is crazy. Yeah, I'll say the thing that mainly concerns me is Oculus. Meaning, like, congratulations. I hope this person's black. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I mean, the name MCU, I'm sorry. This guy needs to touch grass. I'm sorry. If you're calling yourself MCU Slayer, touch grass. Go talk to a woman. Dude, I get it. You're probably some incel virgin who spends 90% of their time on either Reddit or Discord. I can understand that. But, like, you just go outside. It's simple. I mean, Tinder's free. Tinder's free. Just use Tinder. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how old you are. My assumption is you're over the age of 21. So you're at the right age where you should probably have a car, or you're probably in college. College, that's a good place to meet girls, or Tinder or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, man. Dude, stop spending your time on freaking 4chan, man. But yeah, that I find more suspicious. This one, I feel like it was genuinely just an act of stupidity. But to be fair, he's an ex-felon, so he's probably used to being stupid. Um, there you go. RJ here saying, between this and Ryan Kindle's nasty George Floyd joke, these dudes are going way too far and exposing themselves for the ignorant assholes they are. If you're not racist, stop doing racist ass shit. I mean, yeah, I already talked about the Ryan George Floyd joke. You watched that video. I'm not going to explain it here. But I remember Jeremy. I was actually going to make a video on this, but honestly, I don't care that much. But Jeremy Griggs, owner of Geeks and Gamers, he had done like a video on Twitter where he was like with two black people and he was like, look guys, I have black friends. I don't know, I just hate when anytime you call somebody racist or something like that, their big excuse is always, I have black friends. It's like, okay, if you're not racist, then explain to me how you're not, besides just, I have black friends. Who cares? If I was to say the N word right now, I'd probably get in trouble. Of course, I rightfully should be in trouble. But if I was to say it right now, and I still have black friends, that doesn't stop me from having said a racist thing. But, you know, I don't know. I feel like people don't have nuance on this. I don't know. But yeah, why do white people want to say the N word so bad? That is true. That is always my big question. And it's not just white people. Hispanic people say it a lot. I'll tell you this right now. Hispanic people are some of the most racist people I've seen in my life. So, but no, I've always, I mean, not that I always wondered, but last couple of years, my notebook just fell. You guys can't see on the side, but I dropped my notebook. I dropped two things today. It's like at the end of the day, you know the historical context of the word. You know, there's millions of words you can say, and you choose to use one that's specifically targeting an entire group of people. You know, I don't know what to tell you. It's like, it's not censorship. There's no law that says you can't say the word. However, again, be prepared for the consequences. You know, there's freedom of speech, but there's also freedom of consequences. So, yeah. But I don't know why people want to say the word so bad. Oh, this one's good. Artemis hot take. Oh, well, that's, I've never seen that. I'm a fan of Gary. I've watched him for years, but this isn't cool. This is supposed to be something that's among friends, and they're allowed. If they allow it, I get it's just a joke, but you still don't post about it, gloating over it. Some people will take this crap seriously. Well, to be fair, I don't think he posted this. I think somebody just took a picture of him or something like that, and maybe I don't know where this originated from. Um. But what was I saying? Um. Yeah, this is actually, like, I won't deny it. Like, look, there's a lot of people. There's probably some people right now watching this who will probably publicly say, "I don't say the N word," but then when they're with their friends, they'll probably say the word, or they'll say in their private time, like that. I don't look. I'm not gonna be someone who's gonna go censoring what people say in private. I've trust me with my life experience. I've heard people say far worse than what Jeremy just. I mean, not Jeremy. Gary just did. By the way, why do we have Ryan, Jeremy, Gary? Why are they such basic white people name? uh, but no, look, I don't care if you have this pass. I don't care. I don't care if Gary has a pass like that in his wallet. I don't care if young Ripa says, "Hey, you're allowed to say." I don't care. I just think it's really stupid to post this publicly, especially when you know the societal consequences of saying that term. You know. Um, And even if your black friend tells you that you're allowed to use the N word, just remember he's not a spokesperson for the black community. Remember, there are billions of black people out there. So, you know, one black person telling you can say the word doesn't mean you can't say it. You know, trust me, I've had black friends who have told me I can say the word, and I used to say the word years ago. I won't act like I'm innocent, but you know, I stopped, and I just don't do it anymore. Now, Gary didn't say it, but I just think it's really stupid to take this picture. The real guy right here is Oculus, who, again, clearly log off 4chan and create yourself a Tinder account. Or if you're into men, Grinder, whatever, I don't know. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully, y'all have a pleasant day, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.